in your view, is there a way to get the $1 trillion of deficit reduction that you need from revenues and still pay to bring down tax rates?
And still pay to bring down
tax rates?
Well, that's the question, and the point I was making in that
you're saying rates actually have
article,
to go up.
Well, I'm just saying let's do the math and show me. I mean, look, I thought the tone of Speaker Boehner's remarks was very good. I also want to see what the substance was. And what I do know is that different people heard his remarks and interpreted them in very different ways. That's how you can have Grover Norquist saying he thought it was a good statement by Speaker Boehner, and other people who think that we need to generate additional revenue as part of a deficit reduction plan also say that he made a good statement. So it'd be good to know exactly what he is talking about.
But how about for you? I mean, the whole premise of tax cuts, as it's been talked about here for the last 24 hours, is that you eliminate deductions and you bring down rates. That's what happened in '86. You're talking about eliminating deductions and raising rates.
No, I'm talking about what is our starting point in terms of the rates. And what are we negotiating down from? Are we negotiating down from 35%? Are we negotiating down from 39%? And I want to emphasize this point again, Alan. Simpson-Bowles, go look at it. Simpson-Bowles
started
in their
at 39.6.
plan. Well, no, but they assume the amount of revenue that you would achieve if you allowed the tax rate to go up. So their tax reform plan is built off an assumption that you will get the amount of revenue as if you started at a 39% rate and went down. They begin with what they called the plausible baseline, which presumed this decoupling. And so my view is that if we want to take Simpson-Bowles as our framework, which I think we should in terms of the revenue and cuts, budget cuts, we should have followed their guidance on
I have not heard any comments from Republicans suggesting they're willing to go where you're talking about.
But then Republicans should come up with an alternative way of achieving that revenue component of Simpson-Bowles. And I can tell you that what they're talking about mathematically right now doesn't get you there. And so I wouldn't want to take any actions that shut the door on getting the revenue parts of Simpson-Bowles because they lay it out very clearly. They got revenue and they have cuts.